shop is just, as you guys know, invaluable. But they don't want to deal with all this crap. You know, they don't want to take the car apart to get to what they needed to do. So they know I'm paying in cash, and they know the car is coming to them totally disassembled. And all they got to do is start cutting out the bad metal and welding in the new metal. Then, you know, job's a lot more economical. I can show you the bill on this car. To do, you guys that know this type of work can see what was done here. You know, once again, sectioning in that wheel well. Pulling the floor back out, you can still see a little bit of buckling here in the floor, but that's just cosmetic. Everything pulled back out straight. But he charged me $1,000 or $1,100 to do all that. Now that's hanging the fender, hanging the doors, pulling the rocker and do all the welding, tramming everything out, restoring the car back to its proper geometry. We had to put a knuckle on the rear there, the rear wheel, and the upper control arm on the rear, and then they did a four-wheel alignment on it, and it was like $1,100. And part of that is because I'm paying in cash when I bring it to them, and part of it's because the car is totally disassembled and they can get right to what they need to get to and get to work. And part of it's because they're good people and they like working with people. You know, they like guys that aren't afraid to get dirt under their fingernails and cuts on their knuckles and stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. It's Sunday morning. My goal for today is to get the rest of these welds flushed back, the hidden welds. Probably going to pull these doors in that fender off, finish out the door well opening here, the inner door opening, and get some etch primer on it. The first thing will be etch primer. I'll show you what I'm using for etch primer here. The MP550 primer. And then after the MP550, we'll be going on with some MP3HS high build 2K matrix materials. This is kind of my body shop cart right here. This shop that I'm working in, I do all kinds of work. I don't just do body work, so I try to keep majority of my body work stuff in this old audio video cart that I bought at a garage sale for $5. Kind of keeps my junk all in one spot. I use an old cookie sheet to mix my Bondo on. Dave, I just saw you show one of these on your Passat. I use that quite a bit because it's flexible. I can get different corners and different surfaces. I use a lot of Durablocks. Durablock's my favorite. A lot of roll paper, sticky back paper. Dave, I know you talked about a sticky interface pad for your DA. I wasn't able to find one for mine. I had to go with a hook and loop interface pad for my DA. Greatest thing since rolled toilet paper right there, that interface pad. Or I guess it's called an interface. I'm not sure what the actual proper term for that is, but you can see it just adds another level of flexibility between the backer on the DA and the pad that you're using. It allows you to get a lot of these contours and stuff like this. So this car, I'll have to prep the hood. We're going to end up blending onto the hood and the right side fender. I'm not going to paint this car. I'm going to pay to have the paint work done simply because of that. Over there in that corner is my gas forced air furnace. I live in Michigan, although today being, what is it, November 11th or something. It's a nice sunny day, supposed to be in the 70s out there today. I could get away with painting today, but I'm not going to see many more days like this. So my wife would kill me if she knows I showed the neighbor's yard. That motorhome got put back there here a few weeks ago, and that's a real eyesore. And then the lady left and went to Florida for the winter, so the house is vacant for the winter, and we get to look at her old junky motorhome in her backyard. But because my gas forced air furnace is in the shop here with me, I just don't think it's a good idea to paint out here. I don't know how flammable, you know, modern urethane paints are, but base coat, clear coat, mid coat type stuff. But I don't care to risk it. You know, I had one shop burned down on me when I was a kid, and I don't ever want to go through that again. So I'm going to pay to have this car painted. So we're going to end up blending onto that fender. Probably end up painting the hood and blending onto that fender. And then we'll blend down to the bumper cover in the back. The rear bumper cover will come halfway around on the bumper cover. My wife doesn't like this pen striping on here, the color, so that's going to have to come off. I'm going to try to, I tried some thinner to get it off. You can see it, the thinner kind of cut it a little bit there, but I'm probably going to hit it with some 1500 on a block and then see if I can get it off there, you know, get it all the way down to 2000. When we wheel the rest of the car, we'll wheel that. I think this body style needs some pen striping. I think it's got some large flat surfaces that need a little help, but I'm not sure my wife shares my thoughts on that, and she's going to be the one driving it, so I'll leave that up to her. Anyhow, VWDarrin, Dave at Ding0925, you guys made this video for you just because I appreciate what you've done, sharing your stuff, letting the rest of us learn from it. I don't know that I'll ever make another one, but here's my shot at repaying you a little bit what goes on in Michigan with a guy that's got too much time on his hands and you know, a building out in the back that's heated and compressed air. And well, I got a pretty complete shop. I got TV up there in the corner. I got a stereo over there on the shelf I plug my iPhone into, listen to my music. Here's my, like I said, here's my furnace. I got a back room back here. I do keep my compressor in a separate room just for noise basically, and when I do paint in the summertime it kind of keeps that shit. When it stirs up dust it kind of isolates it from where I'm painting. And then my dirt bikes and my motorcycles back there. Dave, I know you at one point had a Harley. I don't know if you still do or not, but I've been riding my whole adult life, so I'm not one of them guys that makes a big deal out of it, all that live to ride, ride to live bullshit. I just ride. I enjoy motorcycles. I enjoy two wheels, and that's my shit. That's my CRF 450 over there. My youngest son's CRF 250 here, and my wife's CRF 230. I redid this one for her. I'll add Hardy graphics just to switch it up a little bit. Anyhow, once again, I appreciate what you guys do with your videos, and this is my little way of maybe paying you back a little bit. Especially Darren, when I watch your videos, I know you ask guys to film, and you seem like a stand-up guy. I got a lot of Matrix stuff here in the shop. Sadly enough, I didn't buy any of it from you and Andrea, but I didn't know you guys last time I was at the paint store. So, you know, had I known you, I probably would have tried to buy from you just to throw you some business. In the back of this car, right now, I've got a gallon of mid. What's that say on it? I don't know if you put the tags on there or not, but this is the base. This is the mid. I think that's reducer. My clear is right here. Matrix MS42 clear. So all my reducers and stuff are right in here. Activators, reducers. So there's $400 in those two cardboard boxes right there. A gallon of mid, gallon of base, and a gallon of clear. And then all the appropriate reducers to go with it. But I didn't know you guys then. I didn't know you were a Matrix dealer. I think the color of this car is a MS 5746 or something. It's that diamond white Cadillac. So anyway, I'm going to quit and get to work here. Like I say, my goal today is, might even take it outside and work on it in the sun, although I'll probably finish some welds on the rocker with it on the lift. But I'm going to pull the doors and the fenders off, that front fender off, and get it ready for etch primer, and then primer surfacer right on top of that. Do some block work, and it's scheduled to go into paint on the 26th of this month, right after the Thanksgiving holiday, so I got a little time left, and I'll have some time over Thanksgiving to really hammer it out. But it's getting close. The biggest thing now is masking it, keeping grinding and dust and stuff out of the interior as much as possible. This car's got computer modules and bullshit everywhere you look on this thing. I mean, it's got a motor over here that activates the rear door. You know, that's your rear hatch motor. There's your rear AC down there. You got your subwoofer for the GM stereo there. You got a body control module hidden up in there. I mean, down in them kick wells in front of the seats. You know, down here you got, I don't know, I think those are fuse boxes. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what those are. I think one's a fuse box. There's one over there on that side, and there's one here. So I don't know if those are actual modules or fuse boxes or what they are. There's a better shot of how we sectioned out that inner wheel well and cut that all out of there and replaced it. And then the inner of the B-pillar, you can see what we did with the B-pillar on the inside. You got your side impact air curtain sensor there. That's your impact sensor. So anyhow, I got a lot of masking to do to keep the stuff out of this car. Up here, this thing, it's got a full glass roof, so it's got motors that run the sunshades, and it's got motors that run the roofs, and it's got, you know, obviously all that stuff up there. So biggest job for this is masking right now, keeping the grit and the dust and shit out of areas where I don't want it to get. So anyhow, that's it for me. I don't think I'll ever do another video, but I do appreciate you guys' videos, and I learned a lot from them. And there you go. Everybody have a good day. I hope the sun's shining wherever you're at like it is here. That's my old black truck. I like that truck. I built that truck. I know, Darren, you said you don't like your 2500. That was a diesel with the Allison transmission. I do a lot of snowmobiling in the winter, and I haul a lot. And with all my toys, seems like I'm always pulling them somewhere, so I like that truck. I was too cheap to buy a new one, so I bought a wrecked one off eBay and rebuilt it. So anyway, hope the sun's shining where you guys are at, and I hope you're having a good day. Get out in the garage and get some dirt on your fingernails. See ya.